Country living is not excused so much from a nuclear bomb. It's, however, when a nuclear attack is put out there, it's generally designed to attack the cities. But that, remember, we said that fallout could travel for up to a couple hundred miles. But you have more time when you're in the country because you can witness and see what's going on, and you have time to prepare. Country living also gives you an opportunity to hit your underground bunkers or your shelters or your barns or what have you, things that you've already set up to cover up things to protect yourself. And remember this, one of the biggest things with contamination, your pets and your animals that you love so much can be contaminated by radiation because they're in and outside. You don't want to just pick up Fluffy and start kissing and hugging Fluffy. If you're still blessed to have him with you, he needs to be cleaned up and decontaminated. There's a bunch of ways to decontaminate, and soap and water starts as a biggie to get all that scrubbed off of you, putting on clean clothes. There's gear you can buy for kids, for infants, and for adults. You'll see people wearing the chemical mask. They have a way that you can unhook a straw from that and put it into a chemical bottle and drink water without you being contaminated. Contamination is something that's key. Some people, you may not see the effects right away. A lot of them you'll see instantly. If you ever watch the video or the footage that's available online of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you'll see that the heat was so intense that the blisters on their complete arms, on their arms and their backs and their stomachs swelled all the way up and popped. So what you see dangling on their bodies that you thought was clothing that was burned, it was actually the skin that had exploded. The pain from that, and I guess trying to give you guys facts here, that's what we're doing. The pain from that was so intense that people just simply laid there to die because there were nowhere to go. All the nerves are exposed and all of that. If you witness this and you see these blisters and you do not pop or rupture those blisters, okay, get that person covered, get that person water, get that person to shelter as best you can, but be careful even how you move that person. But that does tell you contamination is there. Mask up, cover up, do whatever you can. When you head back into your place where you're going to live or stay or spend the night, remove that first level of clothing prior to going into that secure place to take as less contamination as possible. These things are all key for us. Pastor, people want to know, how do we help somebody else? How do we go there? How do we go there? Now is our time. Ellen G. White wrote so much about preparedness. The Bible teaches so much about preparedness. Now is the time not to get caught short, to be prepared for all these things. So whether we don't believe it's going to happen or not, they didn't believe the flood was coming. It had never rained before. They saw a small cloud coming, but they still didn't accept it. They saw the animals coming in 2 by 2. They still didn't accept it. We can't beat this in your head. You have to recognize the signs of the time. You have to be scriptured up, read the Bible, trust what's happening, trust God's word. It's proven itself. Pastor, you taught that things happen in sequence and in order. Sequence and in order. If you all know the prophecy, these things are happening in sequence, in order, just as it was said. As in the days of Sodom, so shall it be. We see so many things going on now that God is like, it's like, to me, he's saying now. And when he says that,